Yes, count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Take another deep breath. Exhale for 3. Count to yes.
May I introduce Andrew Bolotowsky plays on Tuesdays and Thursdays when he can in the morning class, and Mary Hurlbut, and they have been performing together for 20 years.
Dear God, it's frightening, isn't it? It's frightening.
And Peter, 15 years here.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, what we are going to do is our July 4th concert. And I think we started this about 6 or 7 years ago. And it evolves. It keeps changing. The first time I did it and I came up with ideas, it was actually pretty easy. And each year I sort of say, oh, well, am I going to find something new? And stuff. And then, fortunately, fate smiles on me and begins to show me things, always at the very, very last minute. And so we have some new things and some things that are changed. I'm going to play 2 pieces on the Abenaki flute. Okay, that was the Abenaki were a group of Native American tribes that occupied the area of Upper New York State and all the way in through New England. So, but my friend who claims at least part Native American descent, Judith St. Croix, I've known her all the way back when she was Judy Martin, and when she was Judy Rarer, anyhow now she's Judith St. Croix, wrote this piece called the Acadian Suite for this flute. And I'm going to play at least 2 numbers from that because, of course, who is here before all the rest of us came, so to speak? We are all foreigners here, first and foremost. You know, whatever Mr. Trump likes to think, we all came unwashed and considered criminal and subhuman and everything, and that's really what it's like. Okay, so here we go. This is part of the Acadian Suite, and cell phones off. Thank you.
We're also turning off the air conditioner.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So we can record, you know? Let's make sure you turn it off.
Well,
the
she's
little
got to
red
find
button.
it first.
Where? In the center at the bottom. At the bottom of the air conditioner on the left, there's a little button that has a little red line around it. Push it once. Where? Kevin, can you go over and see it? A little square with the red around it. Oh, yeah.
This is taking on the quality of a late 20th century French play. Okay.
Oh, you pushed it back on again. Push it on. Only once. Just push it once.
That's a fan first.
Okay, that's it.
I think the fan you want on still?
Oh, wait.
It's just a fan.
Was the AC on or not?
No. I'm not sure it was on. This was off.
That was off.
The
The fan. You want the fan off? No, that's fine.
Okay, leave the fan. She wants the fan on.
Okay, never mind.
Whatever you want. It makes noise, but it's okay.
Okay, it's okay. Susan got it was the air conditioner.
Oh, Chucky. Oh, Chucky.
That,
Oh, Chucky.
found it.
Okay, we're going to write a
That was
song
it.
called
Thank
Oh,
you.
Chucky.
Thank you,
Okay,
Joe.
here we go. Now, this is part of the Acadian Suite. Okay, this is called Twilight Day. And I'm taking it based on the philosophy of the French, you know, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau, of course, was Swiss, all about, of course, that the primitive man is the most natural man, and of course never is at war, and is always at peace, and well-adjusted to his natural surroundings. So I take that. Of course, that's all been shown to be not so, but we live with that. We live with our illusions, and that makes us happy. Here we go. more from the Acadian suite called Evening Brook. We have started in the past, we've started with songs by Francis Hopkinson. And he was an interesting person. He was the first Secretary of the Navy. He was also a signer of the Declaration of Independence. And he wrote what were called 7 songs, although there were actually 8 songs in the book. And he said the following in his foreword. I think you should be amused by this. However small the reputation may be that I shall derive from this work, I cannot, I believe, be refused the credit of being the first native of the United States who has produced a musical composition. In those days, they didn't mean native the same way as Indian. Okay. If this attempt should not be too severely treated, others may be encouraged to venture on a path yet untrodden in America, and the arts in succession will take root and flourish amongst us. So you see, as you sit here in Minerva's studio, you are merely on the progressions established by Mr. Hopkinson. Yeah. Mr. Hopkinson also wrote an oratorio, and the title of the oratorio was The Temple of Minerva.
Oh.
An oratorio is a sort of, is like having an opera without sets, and generally done on biblical things, but of course Minerva is not a biblical character, so this is obviously about ancient Greece, and of course Minerva being the goddess of wisdom, there we have her right here. And so you've got from Hopkinson to Minerva Durham, and there we go. Now we're going to do one song from this 7 songs, which was really 8 songs, called Come Fair Rosina. Okay, I mean, flute, and I'm going to sit right here and figure out how to do a line just for a second. Because I like this. No, it's what it is. There, I think I've got it. George, I've got it. 50. Okay. Sorry. Okay, now, before we get to one of our favorites, which has to do with Yankee Doodle, and you all remember my lecture on Yankee Doodle, Mary made an incredible discovery about Benjamin Franklin. And Benjamin Franklin wrote a lot of things, as you know, and of course he was our first emissary to France, and he was very important because he spent most of his time while he was in Paris in the brothels, where of course all the most prominent citizens of France were at the same time, and so he accomplished miracles in the diplomatic circles because he was in the right place at the right time. Okay, but he also wrote an essay, okay, in response to the Royal Academy of Brussels was requesting essays and scientific papers on any subjects you wanted that were important. So he wrote something in response that they should do one on farting. Yes, farting, okay. And he said in his proposal, I have to find this, okay, this is finally, the pleasure arising to a few philosophers from seeing a few times in their life the threads of light untwisted and separated by the Newtonian prism into 7 colors. Can it be compared with the ease and comfort every man living might feel 7 times a day by discharging freely the wind from his bowels, especially if it be converted into a perfume, for the pleasure of one sense being little inferior to those of another? Instead of pleasing the sight, he might delight the smell of those about him and make numbers happy, which to a benevolent mind must afford infinite satisfaction. The generous soul, who now endeavors to find out whether the friends he entertains like best claret or burgundy, champagne or Madeira, would then inquire as to whether they chose musk or lily, rose or bergamot, and provide accordingly. And surely such a liberty of expressing one's sentiments, that's how he spells it, and pleasing one another is of infinitely more importance to human happiness than that of liberty of the press, or of abusing one another, which the English are so ready to fight and die for. Okay, that's what he's saying. Now, I find this amazing when you think about all the people running for president right now, and basically how uninteresting they all are. And of course, you kind of, as you go into more of the people who started the United States, I mean, man, they had lots of faults. Lots and lots and lots of them. But they were also rather interesting people, too. They really were. And just totally unself-consciously so. And that's a wonderful thing. The present bunch that we have now could never start the United States. It would be impossible. That's it. So it was a lucky happenstance of people. Okay, now we're going to do Yankee Doodle, which you all know, okay, from all previous lectures. And Yankee Doodle was a song, a British song, really designed to make fun of colonials, and it's about being a soldier and not having the pleasures of a woman in hand, because as a soldier you have no money, so you can't get a wife. And of course, what it is, all millions of American children, or what is it, at least 20 generations or more, have learned Yankee Doodle. Yank your doodle, okay? That's it, yank your doodle. Keep it up. Yank your doodle, Danny. Mind your manners and the step, and with the girls be handy. I mean, it's all there, and we all learned it, we all sing it, and we're all said like, oh yeah, you do this again. But it really is quite funny. Okay, now, I'll play the original as it appeared in Riley's Flute Melodies, published in New York in 1812. Okay, this is sort of the original version. Thank you. Okay. Now we're going to do the version as it appeared in a play called The Disappointment or the Force of Credulity by some man named Andrew Barton. It was going to be produced in 1767 in Philadelphia, but it was promptly shut down, either 30 seconds into the production or even less. Okay, it offended the king's censors, so that's what happened. Okay, the force of credulity.
Oh, how joyful I shall be when I get the money. I will bring it all to thee, oh my David honey. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle
dramatized version. Okay, this is the version that we sort of learned as children.
Oh, Father and I went down to Captain along with Captain Good, and there we saw the men in boys as thick as hasty pudding. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, oh Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. And there was Captain Washington upon his laughing stallion, giving orders to his men. I guess there was a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, oh Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. And there I saw a stomping gun, large eyes on log of maple, upon a mighty beaten cart, along her father's cattle. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, oh Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
Okay, now we're going to have a midi battle and a surrender. Find everything here. Make sure I have everything for this. This is very important. Okay, now, this is the instrumental section. Okay, this is first we do General Washington's March, as it appears in Riley's Flute Melodies. Oh, you know what? Got it. Use it. Okay. Yes, use the pen, whatever it is. General Washington's March. Now we go to King George's March, which is actually, I'm going to play it on the flute. It's a much, it's not as hurly-burly as kind of an effect, and it's much more sort of accommodating. I have to admit, if this is really what King George's personality was like, I'd like to meet him. That's what I'd say. Here we go. That's George III's March. And now we have the War Dance. Okay? of the British Army, and this is what you would play for a retreat. Okay, so this is an authentic British retreat.
From America.
Sounds like you're inviting someone out for a drink, doesn't it? Okay, thank you.
Soldiers are happy to
Leave
retreat.
it to the British to put a good face on everything. Okay, now, this is a historical fact. When the surrender took place in Yorktown, General Cornwallis had an attack of diarrhea, and so he did not go. But his adjutant went, and the first thing apparently historically that George Washington said to the British adjutant was, "Where are my slaves? I want them back." See, because the British had taken over plantation, Washington's plantation. And the adjutant said, "Sir, I gave my word as an English gentleman that they would be freed for helping the British. And they're right now on a ship going to Nova Scotia." And that's exactly what happened to Washington's slaves. Now, the next thing that happened was the British Army band came in, marched in as part of the surrender, and they played a very famous piece at the time called "The World Upside Down." And Mary will read the words to you.
If buttercups buzzed after the bees, if boats were on land, churches on the sea, if ponies rode men and the grass ate the cows and cats would be chased into holes by the mouse, if the mamas sold their babies to the gypsies for half a crown, if summer were spring and the other way round, then all the world would be upside down.
Okay, so that was, I think, a sign of British contempt of what was going on. Okay.
If buttercups buzzed after the bees, if boats were on land, churches on sea, if ponies would men, and if grass ate the cows, and cats would be chased into holes by the mouse, if the mamas sold their babies to the gypsies for half a crown, if summer were spring and the other way round, then all the world would be upside down.
Okay, we're now going to do a piece that was made sort of famous by Aaron Copland for the ballet Appalachian Spring, but it's a Shakers song called "Simple Gifts." And of course, the Shakers were a religious sect that believed that if you did frenetic dancing, you wouldn't have to engage in sex or anything like that. And I guess they were successful, but of course, it didn't last too long. I remember when I was about 10 or 11 years old, there were two women who were still followers of the Shaker belief, and they were both in their 90s at the time, so that was probably in the 1959 or 60s. They're still shaking. Okay, here we go. This is from Aaron Copland.
Tis the gift to be simple, tis the gift to be free, tis the gift to come down where you want to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be the valley of love and delight. We're two simply Shaking Quakers.
No, no.
That's what they are.
Shaking Quakers.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, we are going to do a piece called Trees, and it's after the poem by Joyce Kilmer. Of course, poor Joyce Kilmer, he was killed in the First World War, and he was very young, and now, of course, they just simply have a rest stop named after him on the New Jersey Turnpike. That's it. And I've been there many times. And I've actually been in Joyce Kilmer's house in Larchmont, actually. He had a rather modest house in Larchmont. And he wrote this poem called Trees, which we were all, I'm sure if you're a certain age, you were all subjected to this poem. It's part of what you had to
Right. Right.
what you had to do. You had to memorize.
Trees.
Got it.
That's right. And then you had to, at the same time, you were also going to read the Scarlet Letter, and you were going to read Silas Marner, and things like that. You're going but it's all like that. But this, what I like about this composition by Daniel Dorff is that somehow the combination of what Mr. Dorff wrote musically and the poem itself, it actually, to my mind, it actually works very nicely. So you're going to have to hear Trees again, and you'll love it. That's all I can say. You're going to love it. Okay.
I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree.
Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is a piece called the Anacreon in Heaven. An Anacreon in Heaven is the basis of the Star-Spangled Banner. This preceded before. It was a song written by members of the Anacreontic Society, which was a drinking club in London. It was a drinking song. And actually had very prominent citizens, and actually when the composer Franz Joseph Haydn lost his job with the Count of Esterhazy, he proceeded to go on tours of Europe and discovered, much to his delight, that he was actually world famous. His employer had assured him that he was just a lowly servant, and made him wear a uniform and made him mop floors and do all sorts of extra things. And then when the son of the Count, when the Count died, the son took over, he says, I don't want to have an orchestra, this costs too much money. And he fired everybody and dismissed them and sent them out to the world. And basically said to Haydn, you're nothing. Well, Haydn found out that he was actually quite something. And he actually made 2 visits to London. And on his first visit to London, he was received by this club, the Anacreontic Club. And they had him as a guest, with a concert, with an orchestra, where they played one of his symphonies and all sorts of things like that. So they were cultured people too. But anyhow, it's a drinking song. Francis Scott Key, it's the basis of our national anthem. Francis Scott Key had absolutely nothing to do with writing the tune at all, but of course we like to say that he did. And they changed the meter. The song, as it's done as the Anacreontic song, is in 6/4, which is a sort of a roping tune. That's the way to describe it. Okay, so we're going to do that first.
To Anacreon in heaven, where he sat in full glee, a few sons of harmony sent a petition that he their inspirer and patron would be. But it's center of rhyme from the jolly old Grecian, for his fiddle and flute no longer be mute. I'll name you my name and inspire you to boot. And besides, I'll instruct you like a mead to entwine the myrtle of Venus with the Bacchus' vine. Next of all must start up with his visible fins, and smile with a power he'd cheer and the sanction of joy. Whilst thus we are tossed, let it be your club flourish happy, united and free, and not may the sons of Navion entwine, the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus' vine.
Okay, now, here.
Where's Henry?
Where's Henry?
Henry?
I'm supposed to say Henry.
Where's Henry?
Where's Henry?
Henry, where's Henry?
Henry. Where's Henry?
Henry, we have the final piece.
And
Okay?
Henry's going to lead us.
Final piece, okay?
We have to stand up for it?
That well, it's sort of understood.
There's a table, there's a table coming back.
Stand up with your heart, okay?
There's a table over here. Do you want it, Colin?
I actually have a spot right here.
Do you have a spot right there? Anyone else need a table? Okay, we all have to stand up. Turn off your cell phones, please.
Okay, I will give you a brief lead-in to establish a key. Presumably we'll be at the right key. Okay. It's okay.
We'll
It's
just
a,
fake it.
Okay.
You know, there are enough people singing.
okay, that's very good. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed?
Say it like you mean it, people.
Twilights last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red flame, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night that our flag was still
Big finish,
there.
let them hear you next door.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and home of the brave?
Play ball.
Okay. Now you got to start sketching.
Thank you. Let's thank everyone.
Okay, that's it. That's it. My mistake was I said that the Star Spangled Banner's in 4/4. I don't know why I said that. It's 3/4. And that gun ends in 6/4. It's in a feeling of 2. I'm sorry. Whatever, in any case. Oh my goodness. See, Major, you started, Mary.
We got a request.
Okay, we're singing the Request. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's
It's up to you guys.
sing. Yeah, who wrote that one? We can sing American.
Can you just do
Pretty.
it?
Wow. Oh, look, I got close up.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, forever waves of grace, over mountains,
Kind of slow.
majesties, oh, the fruited plains, America,
That's Josie.
America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
Okay.
Free. Whoa. It looks like they're shooting from the World Trade Center, too.
They're going to bomb it.
Yeah.
It's a ploy.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
I saw that a long time ago.
Wow. So they're playing Charlie Chaplin? And
Joplin. Oh, it's good. Oh, wait, it's over here, Wes. This way.
what?
But you still can't see them because that building's in the lights.
Oh, wow. And the rockets went glare. And the booming ear in the oh, say, can you see? The rock.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my
This is
God,
what.
dude. Now you can see inside there.
Oh, wow.
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 There's Anne Watar.
What?
Look at it.
Who?
Oh, she got drawn there. Oh no. I didn't know she was a lesbian.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow. Getting better. Getting better. Whoa. Wow.
Oh no. I didn't know she was a lesbian.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow. Getting better. Getting better. Whoa. Wow. Oh, there goes the satellites. Oh, wow. Whoa, Neptune.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow.
Lighting up the sky. Whoa.
Looks like a rock on fire.
Wow. It's raining. Wow. Rainbows.